gave it away, didn't it? Turn it off. Oh, why have we gone electric?
Because you probably touched the
Stay
screen.
still. Stay still. Pretend we're frozen. Gigi.
I got bored.
I'm bored of that.
I got bored of being just still. Gigi! What are you doing?
Hey, sweet.
What are you doing? Oh God! Now Toffee's come over.
Yeah.
We
Sibling jealousy.
we hand groomed Chi-Chi yesterday. Oh look!
Oh,
Oh hello!
hello.
No, that's a bit full of
Oh, look
yourself
at her
now.
misty
Oh, she
eyes.
looks so cute. And I never let her put her feet up like that on the table, but she looks so damn cute. Oh my God, it took 4 of us. We were in, well, actually, no, Maddie just sat on the sofa and watched the whole thing. Me and Mark lying on her back. And she said, oh my God, this is the best entertainment. How we've, you should have seen her halfway through. Oh my God. I had to call Mark in as an emergency to take over because she looked the ugly. She could have won the ugliest dog in the world
And then I
competition.
found myself for some reason cleft between her puckering buttocks.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
But she's
And that was
now
Nadia.
showing-
That was
she
Nadia.
She just looked so hot, and we just said, "Come on, let's do it ourselves." We
Right.
never get booked in the bloody groomers.
2 things we have to do before we do anything else. You need to welcome, because they've never received a welcome, Coconut Island.
Welcome, Coconut Island. Welcome, Coconut Island. Welcome, Coconut Island. Coconut Island. I feel like I'm on an island, and I feel like I'm having a bounty, and I feel like I'm lying under a palm tree. Thank you, Coconut Island. Did you fancy the girls in the bounty adds more, or the girls in the flake adds more?
Flake.
That's why you're married to me. When I was young, boys used to say it that I reminded them of the flake
Really?
girl.
It was more
Because
than
I used to wear a peasant skirt with a tight belt.
I used to find the
peasant's
bounty
top.
adverts really annoying. Hi, Jen Legs. Welcome.
And
good morning.
I thought that only the crumbliest, flakiest chocolate. Yeah, it was a bit more
Believe what they
suggestive.
got away with. That's why I like.
Tastes like chocolate, never
Never
taste.
tasted.
And you'd have to hold it like that so that it didn't all fall out the sides of the packet. I love a flake.
See, I remember watching that advert, not knowing what any of the double entendres were back in the 70s.
But you knew.
I
Somewhere,
was about
somewhere
9.
deep in your groin you knew.
And can we also do a welcome to Velvet Vicky
I love
Waiting?
Faith. Faith has always got the most amazing facts. There's a shortage of flakes.
No, we talked about it on Coffee Moaning.
You're joking.
Because Cadbury's manufacture them in the Middle East, and apparently, yeah, they're
Why do they
struggling to
manufacture
supply
them in the Middle East?
Because there was something to do with the flaking machine.
Oh, don't.
You know that the flake was an accident. It was where they kind of scraped off the chocolate from another chocolate.
Yeah, oh
bar,
yeah, I
and then
remember
they
you
ended up-
saying that.
Can you say hello to
Edward Bevington says, bite it and 50% of it falls off. But that's what we liked. We liked the drama of a flake.
That's why it's so
That's
double
why.
entendre-y.
And then they developed the Ripple, which basically is for people that got their pensions at 18. The Ripple was a flake with a thin skim of chocolate over it. So that when you
Ripple-
bit into it, you didn't
A Ripple-
lose half of it.
Yeah, a Ripple is
It was
a...
like, come on, have you got the balls for a flake, or are you going to go down the Ripple
A Ripple is a
road?
flake with a straitjacket on.
Yeah, it's with an insurance policy.
It's wearing a jumper.
You can't have it. It's wearing a double condom.
It's wearing a polo neck.
Happy birthday, Sani.
Jen Legs.
Sanya.
Sanya.
She's 8.
Happy birthday
to you, Sanya. Happy birthday to you, Sanya. Happy birthday, dear Sanya. Happy birthday to you.
I won't say the next thing because we've just said happy birthday to an 8-year-old. Can you do a welcome to Velvet Vicky Waiting?
What?
I know she's never
Velvet.
she's never had a song out. She sings.
Velvet, you've been with us
Velvet
years.
Vicky,
Velvet Vicky, Velvet Vicky is always waiting for her
Velvet Vicky,
welcome song.
Velvet Vicky,
Oh.
Velvet Vicky is always waiting for her welcome song. Do you remember at school when you used to do those out of rhythm things? And you'd be sat there and you'd be so
Ba-dum-ba-da-da,
concentrated.
don't go away. I need your loving every day. I love you
I love-
so,
and I
and I
see
want
I
you to
slipped.
know I need your love so badly. Ba-dum, ba-dum. I need your loving don't go away.
I need your loving.
I need your
Don't go
loving.
away.
Don't go away.
We used to do it in school, and the
I
teacher.
love
Do you remember
you
the
so-
music teachers would get so like. And we'd be like, we'd sat there, we'd be like, and the teacher would be like, now! And you'd be,
Oh, I loved it. Because I would always get it a bit wrong, but I didn't mind. It was like, oh my God. It was like when
Okay.
we used to go and see Maddie in school shows, and she'd be like this. It was a gorgeous little film on Instagram the other day, and I showed it to Maddie. She goes, Mum, that was just like me in school shows. And it was all these kids just singing like really normally. There's this little boy. I mean, he was screaming out. He was like, and he was sliding up and down the little bench. You know the way they get them stand up. I mean, they were about 6 years old.
Yeah.
They did it for the entire tune.
Oh.
And Maddie used to be exactly the same.
yeah, she'd really go for it, wouldn't she?
She'd really. I've
You're
got a
right
piece
there,
of
darling.
bloody glass in my foot.
God, your feet look like they're made of wood.
My osteopath says I love your feet because they're always a bit stained. He said, which says to me that you're walking on bare feet. And he said everybody needs to walk on
Your
bare
relationship with your osteopath becomes odder and odder every time you talk about it, and more intimate. I mean, he's texting me about your nun.
feet. Mark. Why do you always go too far?
Because I'm just trying to
Too
make you look
far.
at too
Laugh at
Too
yourself.
far.
You're not funny.
Too far. Your nan's here, Mark.
Nanny Di.
Oh, Nanny Di. Nanny Di. Hello, Nanny Di.
My Nanny Di is being really annoying today.
Oh, Nad. Nad. Oh, look, there she is. Yes.
Nanny Di, you're very lucky you're not here.
Oh, Nanny Di. So Coconut Island, Volvo evacuate. Well, there was something else I was going to say just then. I can't remember what it was. Oh, welcome everyone. Hello everyone. Hope
Oh,
you're
it's
all well.
really annoying. I've got a piece of glass on my foot, a splinter.
Why don't you go and get it? Oh, Jen Legs. I love how all conversations turn to sexual innuendo. It's because of you.
Listen,
You
I was
are
talking
innuendo.
about chocolate.
You were talking about flake and loins.
Ripples.
Ripples. Stop it. Hello from Ree, Baby
In
Florence
fact,
and her Nana Lulu.
I
Hi,
don't
Louise
think
Pudney.
there is a Ripple available anymore. Can you still buy Ripples?
Of course you can. Of course you can. There are ripples everywhere.
I have never seen a Ripple.
Oh, there are ripples everywhere.
Are they still in a blue packet?
You're thinking of twirls.
No, I'm not.
Ripples
I might be
are-
getting my pink
ripples
packets
are, Ripples
mixed
are
up,
by Galaxy.
but I'm thinking of a Ripple.
Ripples are by Galaxy.
Can you still get Ripples,
Are ripples
guys?
by Galaxy? I think they are.
Maybe said, yeah, sex or chocolate.
Sex or chocolate, or both. My doctor told me to walk barefoot to help my back, says
Sally.
Dale Nixon. I ran barefoot the other day and nearly tore my fucking calf in half.
I am barefoot
Oh, a
always.
twirl. Are we talking about a twirl?
Talking about a Ripple.
I think-
Ripples are not available
I think
anymore.
a ripple is a Galaxy. Yeah, Ripple Brown is by Galaxy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Flakes
That's what
are
came
by
up.
Cadbury's.
No, listen.
The Ripple-
The
hang
flake
on.
came first,
No,
and
the
then people
twirl-
were scared of the flake, and,
And
they
they made
bought
the
the
twirl.
Ripple. Babe,
The twirl
when I
is
was a
Cadbury's.
child, there was no twirl. There was a Ripple. Now, whether that was Galaxy or not, I don't care. Whoever invented the Ripple invented it for people that were too scared of flakes. Blue ribboned. Do you remember a blue ribboned biscuit? You'd get other kids would get in their packed lunch boxes.
Elsa Pop Ripples, 125 pack of 4 Asda.
I love you. Thank you.
Ripple is by Galaxy and in a brown and gold
There you
pack.
go.
Thank Tony
Thank
Marie
you.
Cleveland. I'm so pleased we've cleared this up. 8 minutes in and we've got to the end of what a ripple and a twirl is. I like a twirl. I do like a twirl. You know they
Do
create...
you prefer a twirl to a flake?
No. The
course you
whole
don't.
point of the flake is
I
that
think
you
they
end up
need-
with bits of chocolate all down your chest.
They need to do a double flake.
A double flake? What's that?
2 flakes.
I know that, but how do they manifest?
Well, the thing is, it would be a
Are
lot
they
of wrapping
connected?
because you'd have to individually wrap them.
What, do you have 2
And then you'd
flakes
have
next
them.
to each other?
So you'd have them in a 12 pack, but you'd have them, or maybe you'd have them in a little carry
Tray.
case, a tray.
tray.
But then we're into more
Plastic.
Plastic.
Single-use plastic.
shit. We're just going to have to buy 2 flakes.
Buy 2 flakes. Who misses the silver foil of a Kit Kat? You only get them...
Every fucking single time I have a Kit Kat, I'm not over it. It's
No.
not working for me. It's too
Yeah.
soon to even joke about it.
Yeah. And you get them with the 2-finger Kit Kats, but you don't get them with the 4-finger Kit Kats. It's a
annoying.
huge loss.
That's why I always buy 2-finger Kit Kats.
Ellen flakes are so much... Well, they say so many things are so much smaller. I think
No,
they
we
are.
just got bigger.
I
We
don't know if that's
expect bigger.
true.
We expect bigger portions in everything.
I wish someone would make a giant flake. I'd like to be concussed by the flake of a flake.
No, you liked flakes
I
this much.
love flake. There's just never enough of them.
You know what's really awful when you get a stale flake?
When have you ever had a stale
I've
flake?
had loads of stale flakes.
Oh, I tell it, when you get
At one
great...
point, they weren't closing the wrapper; it was just rolled.
Oh, do you remember? Now they're sealed. They used to be genuinely
It's
wrapped,
because
didn't
people
they?
were complaining too much about staleness.
Yeah.
Stale flake.
Stale flake. Have you ever had a sort of granular, grainy
Hate
flake?
it. Yeah, that's when
horrible.
it's disgusting.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why sometimes we go away from flakes for a few years and then we have to come
Yeah,
back.
yeah. It's like Nan likes, my mum likes, do you like a whisper? With the fine art,
These are all poor imitations of flakes.
A whisper isn't anything like a flake.
It is.
It's not. It's sort of a parallelogram.
I mean, listen, there's not really a chocolate I don't like, apart from Hershey's.
That's
But my
true, yeah.
all-time favourite, well, Mint
Twix. Are you
Aero.
a Twix fan?
Mint Aero, I adore. It was so funny. On night before Father's Day, me and my sister got a text, and it was my mum saying, "Please God, one of you tell me you've bought Dad a giant Mint Aero. He likes the dark chocolate one because he's driving me fucking mad." Because she'd had one, and then he kept eating hers.
Nicola Higgins Crunchy. See, Crunchy I used to find agonising as a kid.
Because of the fillings, it goes
Yeah,
in
but it
the
was
leaky
painful.
fillings, but they are good.
I've never been one for honeycomb. I've never understood that.
Tasha doesn't understand mint chocolate.
Chocolate in the fridge or out? Asks Sharon
How
Heckle.
come we've got
In the
chocolate
fridge or out?
again?
In the fridge or out?
I like it soft and gooey.
Yeah, but what about chocolate? In the fridge or out?
Mark, stop it. You're annoying now. Move on.
No, you move
We
on.
haven't got time to do all our stories.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to talk about polio.
let's talk about polio. Well, let's talk about polos. Is anyone else worried about polio?
Well, I was.
So, hang on, let me just give you the story and then
Then
we'll
I
have a
drilled
little trip
into
down memory lane. So the virus that causes polio has been found in a concerning number of sewage samples in London.
And this is because I was listening to a doctor on the radio yesterday, and he was saying this will have come from abroad because we don't give polio tablets as a vaccine anymore. And this is somebody that's been given the polio tablet and they've peed it into the system.
Why would it have come from abroad?
Because we don't do it anymore.
Don't do what?
We don't give polio tablets anymore. That's
So-
what he said.
So what, the polio's come out because it's come out due to a tablet?
Yeah, the way that it's administered, the way the vaccine is administered abroad.
Oh, so you're saying they think that there's polio from the vaccines rather than from people
I
having
mean,
it?
in the old days, you weren't allowed to take your child
It's in-
swimming.
it's in fecal
You
matter.
weren't allowed, and piss. You weren't allowed to take your child swimming. I think for
Yeah, but-
4 weeks after they'd had the polio vaccine. I can't remember in case they peed in the pool.
So what you're saying is this isn't like an outbreak
No.
of viral resistant polio, which
No.
is what I read yesterday.
No.
This is simply people who've had the vaccine shitting and pissing.
This is what this particular doctor said on the radio. That's all I know. That's all I
Who
know.
remembers taking the polio vaccine?
Well, I missed it because I wasn't in that week. I never had the polio.
Maybe you need to go and get it.
Have you had the polio
I
vaccine?
don't remember the sugar pill.
Do you remember taking the
apparently it was a
sugar
sugar.
It was
apparently
a
it was a sugar lump.
on a lump of sugar because it was so disgusting. I heard somebody saying on Nick Ferrari today it's because the drops were so disgusting
Pink sugar cube, Pauline
that
Mulvey.
they had to put it on a sugar cube.
Yeah. Lisa Robson, the newsreader on Heart, announced it could be dangerous. Well, I mean, most things can be dangerous. I mean, polio can cause paralysis. I mean, it's we had polio drops on our tongue. Yeah, I don't remember
And then
it.
they changed it to a sugar cube because it was so disgusting.
Right. Yeah.
But they stopped administering it here. I think we're certainly in America in 2000.
Well, that's encouraging that they don't feel... Because I was worried. That I remember seeing a headline about a week or so ago saying Victorian diseases are operating strangely
But I mean, my God.
in this post-COVID
They are
landscape.
trying to scare us about everything.
Monkeypox, polio.
Outbreak of meningitis in America. There's been outbreaks of meningitis across the world always. You know, at the moment, I feel like there's a major vaccine push, to be honest. I saw the other day that the monkeypox vaccine is being offered.
Yeah, and I saw that your
To
mate
gay men.
John Campbell was talking about the fact that there are many, many other variants of the monkeypox now, aren't there? Two or three different variants. Yeah. The polio pill reminded us. Nadia wanted to talk sort of nostalgically about the nurse. The school nurse, and going to see the school nurse. And all I remember the school nurse, and them all doing in a very curious way, and I don't know whether this was right, was getting all us boys to queue up in a line, and they would put their hands down our pants and make us cough.
What? Right, okay. I'm glad you've brought this up.
Yeah.
Because I know this happens with young boys, but why?
It's about the balls dropping, but I didn't necessarily feel... I don't know why.
So when you coughed, did they drop?
No, they
When you
weren't.
cough now, do they drop?
They weren't testing to see whether they were going to drop there and then.
Oh.
They would get
Didn't
you
have
to
to
cough.
crash
I
land
think
into the
presumably.
nurse's hands.
What is it they're checking when they're checking
what
for?
are they checking?
Because no one told me, and we were all in a queue going, "Why is that? Why are they?" And there were
Don't
three of
you
them. There
think
was the
that-
headmaster, there
talk
was the
about-
deputy head, and there was the nurse.
Talk about old-fashioned days where you could just shove your hand down a child's pair of pants and not give them any reason for that. Imagine how confusing that was for children. You still don't know why you had to cough your balls
Well,
into
we
a
all talk
nurse's
about.
hand.
There's always the line, isn't there? The sort of really insulting line of "Have your balls dropped yet?" And that whole thing of puberty and your voice breaking and all that kind of stuff. Yes, and I never knew what they meant by that. I never really understood. Sandy, have a go with Mark now.
Yeah.
See if
So,
they-
like, if you cough now, will your balls drop? I don't think I understand the physiology of it.
I think when you cough, your balls do that anyway a little bit.
So they go up. So the whole thing was pointless. They were never going to.
I think they're testing to see whether when you cough, they do anything. That was
Go
what
out there and
Tony.
cough.
No,
Go into the
I'm not going to
office.
go and do a ball
Nobody
drop
will
test.
hear.
Yeah,
Go-
but they'll know.
Go into the office.
No, I'm not going into the
And
office
just
to do that.
tell us what happens when you cough when
No.
you're holding your balls. Come on.
No.
Everyone say balls who thinks Mark should do. Why don't you do a poll?
No.
Write balls if you think Mark should go into the office and cough and tell us what
Zoe
happens.
says from chocolate to balls. In a minute, we're going to do chocolate balls. So stand by and be prepared.
Mark, go into the
No,
office.
I am not going off to cough. This is not this morning. We're not getting a penis out. They do tend to do that.
No,
don't
but
they?
we're not going to show it.
Fucking do right. We're not going to show
Just
it.
tell me what happens and then I'll tell them.
Does anyone know why they're testing for balls? What are they testing for? What were they
When
checking
the nurse
for?
used to say, cough into my... Look, everyone's saying balls.
Yeah, no.
Mark,
Chocolate
come on.
salty
Don't
balls.
be miserable. I do all sorts of things. Go in there and just cough and hold your balls and see what happens. God almighty. You used to be fun. Okay, tell us where you are at the moment.
I just got one out.
He's got one out.
Hang on.
No, Mark, do it properly. I'm going to come and check. Don't pretend you're doing it.
Hang on.
We want this to be a proper scientific...
The other one's enormous.
Mark, go in there and do it properly. Right, cough. What?
Nothing happened.
Oh, bad news, folks. He did do it, but nothing happened. All right, that's enough playing with your balls now. We're doing a show. Oh my God, too funny. Okay. For all our male viewers, were any of you trying it at the same time? God.
Didn't know what was going to happen in there. I was very
Well,
concerned.
that's the cheery way to do the polio vaccine news.
Sally O'Sullivan, what have I walked into?
So that's all we need to talk about with the polio vaccine. Because vaccine news is just too dull.
Justin Timberlake apologises for
Oh my
dancing.
God, this is so funny.
What's that about, Nat?
So basically, he did some dance. He was trying to do some dance.
Bless him.
And he was, that might be it. That might be him. Go on, press that. Do beat your feet. Can you hear it?
No, okay.
So he's doing this dance and he was shouting out, do beat your feet. But everyone said it's more like the hokey pokey. Oh, the okey cokey.
He looks like me. He looks like me when I'm off. Has anyone else seen
Oh,
the
that's what
difference?
he said. DC, beat your feet, and proceeded to do the hokey pokey. People were saying things. I'm still laughing at the video of Justin Timberlake at something in water yelling, DC, beat your feet. He then gave us nothing but dad moves.
I'm just going to put a poll.
That must sting.
Should
Now, what
we-
age should you stop
Well, we can't
dancing in
put
public?
Well, what age's choices are you going to put? Miss Pop Queen of the
Why can't
polls.
people put their own answers?
What? Because it's a poll. What age should? Okay, I can put. Should we stop dancing? I'll put 30s, 40s, You can see where we're going with this. Over 50. Never.
Okay, I like the never.
Do you like that? Do you like that? Touch my helmet?
Anything happen to your balls?
they just leapt. It just leapt to attention.
Never stop dancing, yeah. Raspberry
look.
mojito girl says
Look,
never
that's
stop
resounding.
dancing,
93%
yeah.
say never at the moment.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
30's 2% says, but you didn't say in public. This is
if I
the
can
problem
edit
with
it.
your polls.
You're going to have to do the next polls.
No, I don't
Hundreds,
like
says Faith
typing.
Goodman. They may swing a bit, Nadia, says Keely Windle.
When you dance.
Your balls. Swinging balls.
So come on, give us a bit of your dancing. We know you're a good dancer. Do you have a move that when you do it you think, oh, is that a bit dad dancing?
Yeah.
Show us that one.
This one.
And then we'll do a poll if people think it's dad dancing or sexy. Do you want me to sing? Boogie nights, that's alright. Got to keep on dancing. Boogie nights, that's alright. That might be that bit. Is that the one you're worried about?
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah,
I'm
worry
worried about,
about it. It's quite dad move.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Can I just ask, why have I ended up with a hard hat on? What's
It
going
all
on?
started with you holding
polio.
your balls.
Was this us doing the
when
polio story?
coughing. This was polio.
Duck and cover. Definitely a dad dance, says Jennifer Ingram. LD, you should have come to our live yesterday. We did see the mum doing the mum's race. The sports day fell over and ended up moving
It was
everyone.
fantastic. Oh, Anna, my mum is 83 and she's always dancing at parties. Love it. Yes, but you get to a certain age where everyone loves it if you dance. But there's that middle age. Like in your 80s, people go, oh, great, she's up dancing. But there's like,
find it so
our
patronising.
age is a very difficult age to
isn't
dance.
everyone secretly
because we're
thinking-
still hanging on to something.
But don't you think even at those weddings where the 80-year-old gets up and dances, everyone's secretly thinking,
No, I don't. I love
fucker.
it. No, I really don't because I'm not a nasty bastard.
No, I'm not. It's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, aren't
Well,
most
how
people...
come that came to you so quickly? Oh, it's not me thinking
Well,
it.
because that's what
I've
I
just
think
seen
of myself.
other people
Oh, hang on a
thinking
minute.
it.
When old men dance, is that sort of slightly more suspect than when older women dance?
No.
Because
I love to see people dancing and having a good time.
What I get worries me is that when you hear young girls, Maddie's and her friends all going to clubs and dancing, they say that there are men my age dancing in the clubs.
Well, that I think
Hideous.
is disgusting.
Hideous.
They can't have a good time in a club because it's all men's age group there.
Debbie Moorcroft, my dad dances and waves his walking stick about, a bit menacing.
Oh.
Christ.
I like that.
Tony-
I like the sound of your dad.
Tony Marie Cleveland, I don't know why your comment isn't coming up down here. Oh, here we go. I am 55 and I go out to many festivals and concerts and parties and dance my cares away.
Good
for
for
you.
Don't stop.
It's sweet when older people dance unless they're creeps, says Amy May.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what Maddie says.
Yeah.
Right, come on, we better move on because we've got lots
So
to
unique.
talk about.
Mark was trying to do the dad dancing, but I think his hips can do more of a sexy move.
He's
Yeah.
very sexy when he dances.
Oh. So going back to balls, hailstones the size of golf balls were destroying cars in France.
Oh my God!
gonna
There was
turn
this
this round and show you a photograph.
of this woman's plastic garden table, and
No.
the whole of the top of the table, holes that big, just gone.
Check this out, dude.
Look at this car.
Check this out.
This is France.
Look at that. Jesus Christ.
Very, very frightening.
that.
Even normal
Look at that.
hailstones, I find scary. I don't like them. And look at
Look
this.
at the table.
Looks like it's been eaten by rats.
Wow.
She doesn't look very French, does she?
I think she looks incredibly French.
I don't think she looks
I
French.
think she looks incredibly French.
What do you think of that?
Who's ever been... Oh,
I remember when I was little, well, no, not little, but you know that age when you're starting to come home from school on your
I
own.
used to find hailstones so exciting.
And I used to be terrified of hailstones.
Did you?
Because they're painful.
They can hurt.
Well, those, I mean, they said that it was like golf balls coming down. I mean, that
Yeah.
would knock you out, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, hailstones can kill. They can kill. You've got to know. And at the same time,
Maybe you should always wear a hard hat just in
Yeah.
case there's going to be
so
hailstones.
chuck something in my hand. Let's see if I feel it. No,
Ah! Mark!
I did nothing there. I did absolutely nothing. You can't blame that on me.
I really hurt myself.
Idiot. Throw something at me.
I don't want to.
I want to
I've got
headbutt
get up,
it.
I'm tired, I can't.
What's wrong with you?
I've got a really big piece of glass in my... No, I haven't got a big piece of glass. I've got a shard of glass and it hurts every time I stand up.
Well, alongside the... I thought this story was funny. In Bexleyheath, a huge 20-foot sinkhole. I'm going to have to shake this.
This is
as well.
scary.
I'm going to have to shake this. Come back over here.
This is really scary.
Oh.
Whereabouts was this, Mark?
This is in Bexleyheath.
Bexleyheath.
Look at this. This just emerged suddenly.
Suddenly. There was a guy...
Look.
Didn't somebody go into it?
Hey?
Wasn't there a guy cycling or on a motorbike?
No, a guy on a motorbike. That's the funniest bit of all. A guy on a motorbike.
Well, none of it's funny, Mark.
Well, no, it's not funny. Oh, it's going to be an advert, isn't it? Oh, look, there you go. That's the... Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Unbelievable.
Imagine that just opening. Look. And what happened
I
was...
hate them so much.
A motorcyclist. I want to be in the head, just for a second, of this guy. So the sinkhole opens up. A guy on a... Apparently, eyewitnesses said a guy on a motorbike just rode at it, screaming, "I'm Evel Knievel."
Oh, yeah.
Flew into the air, landed in the middle of it, falling short dramatically, and ran out saying, "I need a taxi.
So he didn't hurt himself?
I need a taxi." What would you do if the street just fell open? There are no
just got
remorses.
distracted. Below Deck Mediterranean Series
7 trailer.
Trailer has just popped.
just had to
Maddie
get rid of
looked up to see how much the boat is a week. Guess how much it is?
20,000.
For a week?
Oh, 120,000.
For a week?
160,000.
£210,000.
No, they must get the people on for free, and they say to them, "Be bastard." I know exactly what they do off camera with that show. The only thing they pay is the tip.
Yeah.
The only thing they pay, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to talk. Sorry, we've just gone off on a complete tangent here because you just saw a fucking trailer.
I know, because I didn't.
Yeah.
I was trying to just ride it through, and then I thought I've got to share it. I'm too excited.
So Hailstones, Justin Timberlake, and also this story came up today. The GCSE is removing Wilfred Owen and Philip Larkey and diversity push. I think this is key. I think it's important. I think obviously your syllabus has to reflect things, but then reflect the society you live in. But then there was this other story about Mickey Mouse degrees that are the worst value for money, and I just wanted to quickly talk about this before it slips down the news agenda, which is that essentially there are more and more stories coming out about how degrees like English literature and things like that will not guarantee you anything in life. But when you drill into it...
Not calling English literature Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, basically it's one of the lowest... Yeah. They're trying... So we are in a culture where anything that... If you learn anything that doesn't immediately equate into something that means you can pay off your student grant...
Oh my God.
So what they've done is they've weaponised learning so that it has to be financially incentivised so that you can pay off your student loans. And so...
That is so disgusting.
I think it's just slightly worrying that we have... So, because I went to this, there are degrees that you might, in your own opinion, think, what a load of old nonsense.
But wasn't the whole point of university where you go and you just expand your mind, and it's about the love of learning
as much as it is about skills.
Like you say, it's a really good way. They've weaponised it because it's so fucking expensive now.
Yeah.
It's merely about what job you're going to get.
And it's interesting, rather than saying English literature isn't important, they're going to do things like, well, it's no meaningful way to pay off the money you've spent to learn
on
it.
learning.
So it's kind of like a ludicrous way round.
Oh my God, Mark, that's so terrible.
It's terrifying, actually. If you drill into it too far, think of Ken Robinson. It's actually terrifying.
Where are we without our culture?
It's actually terrifying.
I mean, it's something that we can be very proud of in this country.
Oh look,
our theatre, our literature,
everything.
our dance, all this stuff is just going to become irrelevant because it's not a way to make loads of money.
Exactly.
Disgusting.
Natasha Termos, university should be free.
And meanwhile, it absolutely should. It's in Scotland still.
Nanny Di, what about librarians?
Well,
what are they?
Anymore,
what are they, Mum? What is a librarian, Mum? It's called Google. I mean, I'm being facetious, Mum. You're absolutely right. It's terrible. Someone there just saying, E. Metcalf, I really want a new How to Stay Married. Well, that's good because you're going to get one in the next couple of days. Quite an emotional one, actually.
We just shot it.
Yeah. So, guys, have a lovely day. Something is landing on the channel later. Can't remember what. And we will see you soon.
Love ya.
Lots of love.